in folks who are here at the Cicero Town Hall, I'd like to point out the emergency exits, the front and the rear of the building, in the unlikely event that you'll need them. What I do is put on the record those folks who are actually here in the town hall with us tonight. We have Shirley Stewart, the comptroller, Chris Woznicka, highway superintendent, Tracy Kosselman, town clerk, Wayne Freeman, who is helping us with the IT components. Virtually, we have Jonathan Karp, counselor, Nancy White, counselor, Kate Fiorello, the engineer, Mike Rizio from the planning board, Jody Rogers, director of parks, Mike Bacallo, counselor, Chief Fortuno, Cicero PD, and two planning board members, Don Bloss and Don Snyder. We'll start off the meeting with a pledge of allegiance from Councilor Boyke. Judy?
Councilor Boyke is also here.
We'll go do a roll call. Right.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America,
to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to just ask everyone to keep in your prayers and thoughts everyone who's out there. Responders, frontline people, doctors, nurses, and all those who are reaching out and caring for all at this time. Thank you.
Hey, Julia or Mom?
What?
Couldn't hear that. I believe I missed a couple of folks. Initially, Councilor Boyke is here in attendance, and Robert Jermaine, the town attorney, is also here in our virtual sense. And Dick Cushman, the deputy supervisor, is also here in the room. So that being said, we'll go to the next item on the agenda. Because we don't have everybody in the room, I'm going to have the clerk call the roll. Tracy?
Councilor Boyke.
Here.
Councilor Carr.
Here.
Councilor White.
Here.
Councilor Bacallo.
I am here.
And Supervisor Meyer.
Yes, here. Okay, next item on the agenda, number 2, Mr. Karp, abstracts.
Resolved, the Cicero Town Board approves abstract number 14 dated March 30th, 2020, abstract number 15 dated April 8th, 2020, and abstract number 16 dated April 15th, 2020.
Second. Mike Michallo, second.
Discussion? Clerk, roll.
Yes.
Councilor Carr.
Aye.
Councilor White.
Yes.
Councilor Bacallo.
Aye.
Councilor Bacallo. And Supervisor Meyer.
Yes. Item is adopted. Next item on the agenda, number 3, purchase of cyber insurance. Whereas criminals have recently hacked into local municipalities, causing damage and loss of service to local residents. And whereas the cyber insurance is now available to protect the town of Cicero computers and to help maintain services, now therefore be resolved, the town of Cicero authorizes the supervisor to purchase cyber insurance from Beasley Insurance Company for $7,408 effective April 23rd, 2020, after securing the attached bids from AtBay, Beasley, CFS, Coalition, Corvus, HCC, and AIG, budget code A19104.
Councilor Michallo, second.
Judy Boyke, second.
Judy Boyke, you got a second? Discussion on number 3. Clerk will call the roll.
Councilor Boyke.
Yes.
Councilor Carr.
Yes.
Councilor White.
Yes.
Councilor Bacallo.
Yes.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes. 3 is adopted. Next item on the agenda, number 4.
Whereas the Highway Department would like to accept the 284 agreement for the expenditure of highway funds for 2020, therefore be it resolved that the town board approves the agreement for the expenditure of highway funds 284 as specified in the attachment, budget codes DB511255 and H511255.
Counselor McCallum, second.
Got it. Discussion? Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Counselor Carp,
Yes.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
Yes.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes. Number 4 is adopted. Number 5, Michael?
Approve the rental of topsoil screener for the Highway Department. Whereas the Highway Department is in need of a topsoil screener, and therefore be it resolved, the Town of Cicero, the Town Board approves the rental of a topsoil screener for 1 month from Tracy Road Equipment in the amount of $15,000 from account code DB511041, state contract number PC67218.
Second, Judy Boyke.
Discussion on number 5. Hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Counselor Carp,
Aye.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
Yes.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes. Number 5 is adopted. Number 6, Nancy?
Approve the purchase of stone and gravel for the Highway Department. Whereas the Highway Department is in need of stone and gravel, therefore be it resolved that the Town Board approves the purchase of stone and gravel from Earl Becker Construction, Inc. in the amount of $25,000 from account code DB511242, county contract number 0010231.
Second.
Counselor McCallum, second.
discussion on number 6. Hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Counselor Carp,
Yes.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
Yes.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes. Number 6 is adopted. Number 7, Nancy?
Approve the purchase of traffic paint for the Highway Department. Whereas the Highway Department is in need of ordering traffic paint for striping the town roads. Therefore be it resolved that the Town Board approves the purchase of 1,595 gallons of traffic paint from Northeast Property Management Corp. in the amount of $15,000 from account code A33104, state contract number PC 67793.
Second.
Judy Boyke.
Discussion on number 7. Hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Counselor Carp,
Aye.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
Yes.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes. Number 7 is adopted. Judy, number 8.
Syracuse University internship agreement. The town of Cicero has been a placement site for interns from the various colleges, namely the canteen program. And whereas the town is interested in fostering this relationship, and whereas the canteen has been asked to support an unpaid internship, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board approves the 5-year contract beginning April 1st, 2020 with Syracuse University Fall College relating to fieldwork by the university students at the town and tuition credits at the university granted to the town in recognition of such fieldwork.
Counselor McCallum, second.
Discussion on number 8. Hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Counselor Carp,
Yes.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
Yes.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes. Number 8 is adopted. Number 9 is mine. It's approve an emergency purchase to install plexiglass panels in the Cicero Town Hall. Whereas there is an immediate need to install plexiglass panels in the town hall to shield the employees in the town of Cicero residents from the spread of the coronavirus. And whereas the plexiglass panels can be installed by a design shop and graphics incorporated, a local Cicero vendor that has a positive history as a vendor providing products to the town of Cicero. And whereas the design shop Signs, and Graphics Incorporated has experience with this material and can do the installation faster than doing it by Cicero employees. Now, therefore, it be resolved that Cicero Town Board approves an emergency purchase of plexiglass shields from Design Shop and Signs Graphics in the town of Cicero Town Hall in the amount not to exceed $1,780. Budget code A162040.
Nancy White, second.
Okay, I have some information on this. Steve Procopio and I worked on putting this together, and we got fantastic support from Design Shop, Signs, and Graphics. When Steve and I looked it up on the internet and to get the cost of the materials alone, the Design Shop was able to not only put them in, but give us custom products, which was very valuable. And they're also able to do a lot of that work over the Easter weekend, which was very important to get it done, because it isn't just for the employees, because we are going to open up eventually. And so this is necessary for the public, and we need to have it done. The coronavirus guidelines that have been put out require barriers of some sort, but also OSHA requirements require protection for the employees. So this was an opportunity to meet not only the coronavirus, but also the guidance from OSHA to get this work done. So I urge its adoption.
I'll second that, Judy Boyke.
Discussion number 9.
Yeah, I have a question. Were any of these plexiglass shields ordered for the police department, say for the booking area? Was there any inquiry made about that?
I was told that the chief was looking into getting that done himself. They don't have a high volume of public inside the building, as opposed to this building where we have the public basically roaming around the entire building. So I was told the chief was looking into that.
Okay.
Further discussion on number 9? Clerk will call the roll.
Yes.
Counselor Carr,
Aye.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
Yes.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes. Number 9 is adopted. The next item, authorization to sign a supplemental consultant agreement number 2 for CNS engineers related to East Circle Drive over Darlene's Brook, that bridge rehabilitation, whereas the town of Cicero has received federal and state funding totaling $1,120,000 programmed through SMTC for culvert repair at East Circle Drive over Darlene's Brook. And the project has been ongoing since 2012. And whereas supplemental agreement number 2 for $100,000 includes work for construction phase engineering services and mandatory full-time construction inspection services for the project. Whereas these costs were included in the funding, and whereas the intent is to begin construction by October 1st, 2020. Resolved to approve CNS supplemental agreement number 2 and authorize the supervisor to sign it pending approval of a BAN financing. And we also have the engineer who's available here if any board members have questions.
Yes, Judy Boyke. Catherine, I went over the agreement number 2 or number 1, and has the soil testing and all of the right-of-ways and everything been taken care of?
Yes. That was, they were waiting on, that was one of the big holdups, waiting on the DEC permit. So that, the permit was just received about a month ago, allowing them to begin construction beginning September 1st of this year.
Thank you. Also, in the beginning of each one of these resolutions, it says that town of Cicero has received federal and state funding totaling. I know we haven't received it. I think I would like to see that read something, because we are actually borrowing all that money in order to proceed with this project. Just a comment.
Okay. Good.
Second.
Further discussion on number 10?
I would just like to put in the record as well that We may have not received the money yet, but we will be receiving the money as a part of that grant.
Correct.
Yeah, we're optimistic on that. The question from Mike, would you repeat it, Mike, just so everybody can hear you?
Oh, I just wanted to reiterate that this is a part of a grant and the $1 million, and we will be receiving the money for this very important project that must be done.
Yes. We're in concurrence with what Mike said. This is kind of a different project like that, and we're dependent on the state. So that's why we're going to have to be patient on this one and make sure we're aggressive as far as our timeline at the same time, because we don't know how Albany's cash flow is going to be on this. So
Well,
we're going to be working on it. So
that was the purpose of my asking to have that not read as received, because obviously we had to borrow the money, or are borrowing the money, to proceed with this project. And with everything that's gone on, I'm sure the delay in our receiving our portion, which I believe is like 900,000 or something, approximately, that just the point that we're borrowing this money to proceed with this project. Thank
okay,
you.
with the approval of the person who made the second, if you'll give me the courtesy, I'm going to amend approval the first whereas to put in received approval for federal and state funding. If that will help your wording.
Yes.
If
Bill,
I have the concurrence of the member who put in the second, I'll
You do.
Okay, that being said, the clerk will call the roll on the amendment, on the resolution as amended.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Counselor Carp,
Aye.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
yes.
Supervisor Moyer.
Yes. Number 10 is adopted. Number 11, Michael?
Capital project, whereas the following are current expenditures for the highway garage project. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board approves payment for the following budget code H16202 capital fund. $2,853.98 to MRB relative to highway garage project. $12,175.35 to United Radio. $8,069.58 to NAP Electric. $43,518.51 to NAP Electric. $34,080.96 to Lawman Heating and Cooling. $8,147.20 to Building Innovation Group, Inc. $2,000, $267.06 to MRB Group.
Mike, Judy's saying she's having a little difficulty hearing some of that. Are all the numbers that you just read off, are those identical with those that are in the agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
Identical.
Are you all set with that, Judy?
Yes.
Okay, we need a second.
I'll second that. Judy Boyke.
Okay, discussion on number 11. Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Counselor Carp,
Aye.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
Yes.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes. Number 11 is adopted. Number 12, Nancy?
Approve replacement of faulty air handling unit chilled water coil and the town hall boiler system. Whereas it had been identified that the chilled water coil needs replacement in order to provide air conditioning to the original town hall building. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board approves Postler and Jekyll Corp. To replace the coil for the amount of $4,966 as presented in their quote dated 4/16/2020. Two other quotes were received. One, Falso Heating, AC, and Plumbing at $5,490. And two, BAS Heating and Air Conditioning, Inc. at $5,845. Budget code A162040. I was in the town hall the other day. Supervisor Meyer took me downstairs, told me what was going on, showed me where the boiler was and all that. We'd like to have Kate give us a little background on that, if you could, please, Kate.
Okay. Earlier this year, there was an emergency repair needed, and BAS had a contract and came in and did the repair, and they identified that the chilled water coil was not working, and that needed to be replaced. So they provided a quote for $58.45, and then the supervisor asked me to get some more quotes. We actually solicited 4, but we received 2 that were listed, and the low quote came from Postler and Jekyll. All were done at prevailing wage rates. So that's just the.
We need a second for number 12.
Second.
Thank you, Kate.
Further, that was from Jonathan. You got that right, Jesse? Okay, further discussion on number 12? Hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke?
Yes.
Counselor Cart?
Yes.
Counselor White?
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo?
Yes.
Supervisor Meyer?
Yes. Number 12 is adopted. Number 13, Jonathan?
The board approves the promotion of Sergeant James Myers to lieutenant. Whereas the Cicero Town Board created the position of lieutenant for the Cicero Police Department on August 22nd, 2018, and whereas said position, which constitutes a designated second in command for the department, is currently vacant, and whereas the town of Cicero, county of Onondaga, and state of New York are currently in a state of emergency, wherein it is critical that the department have a designated second in command in the event of the incapacitation or unavailability of the chief of police, and whereas Sergeant James Myers is well qualified and experienced in administrative matters, has passed the requisite civil service examination, was interviewed and recommended by a panel consisting of captains from other police departments, and has the endorsement of the chief of police of the town of Cicero. And now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby approves the promotion of Sergeant James Myers to the rank of police lieutenant and an annual pay rate of $80,773, subject to the completion of all civil service and other legal requirements. And be it further resolved that such promotion shall be effective April 26, 2020, and be it further resolved that the chief of police shall be and hereby is authorized to take all steps necessary to complete all civil service and other legal requirements necessary to put these resolutions into effect.
Counselor Bacallo, second.
Discussion?
This is my resolution. There were 2 outstanding candidates. Sergeant Myers was selected. He has a lot of administrative experience. I do believe that it is necessary for us to have a designated second in command. Otherwise, if the chief were to be incapacitated, it simply falls to the next person in seniority. Not saying anything negative about that person, but it is better that the second in command be chosen. I understand we are, possibly facing some financial difficulties. The pay increase for the rest of the year is relatively minimal, and I think that it is money well spent to make sure that we have a person who is qualified and experienced to take over in the event that something were to happen to the chief.
Judy Boyke, I'd also like to comment.
I feel the same way. Obviously, we have deputy for all of our major leaders of the town, and having a lieutenant to back up Chief Tuno is a good idea. And definitely we have several qualified or almost qualified persons, which will also be future contenders on well. And I fully support this.
Bill Meyer speaking next. I think the timing on this particular action is bad. I understand now from a news report that since January 1st till now, approximately 40% of New Yorkers who are gainfully employed are now unemployed or on reduced hours, which is not a good thing for everybody. The town is also not only asking to do more with less, but now we're actually asking the folks here to do less with less. So even though we have an excellent qualified candidate, I think the timing on this particular action is not prudent. Further discussion on this item? Clerk will call the roll on number 13.
Counselor Boyke?
Yes.
Counselor Cart?
Yes.
Counselor White?
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo?
Yes.
And Supervisor Meyer?
No. Number 13 is adopted. Number 14, Judy?
Approve approve the renewal of the intermunicipal agreement with Onondaga County for sanitary sewer pump station operation and maintenance. Whereas the town of Cicero has an intermunicipal agreement with Onondaga County that needs to be renewed, now therefore be resolved. The Cicero Town Board approves the attached intermunicipal wastewater agreement and authorizes the supervisor to sign the documents related to the agreement.
Second.
This has been an ongoing, since we've started with the renewal for the wastewaters, and it's been quite successful. And I am happy to read this resolution.
We heard a second, but we couldn't hear which member.
It was from John. It was from John
Okay.
Carr.
John Carp has a second.
Thank you.
Further discussion on number 14. Hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Boyke,
Yes.
Cart,
Yes.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
Yes.
Supervisor Meyer.
Yes. Number 14 is adopted. Number 15, I know most of the folks around the community have been viewing the daily updates out of Washington and Albany and locally at the Civic Center with the county executive. I'd just like to tell everybody here that the folks here involved with Cicero government have also been having weekly conference calls with the Cicero volunteer fire department folks, the ambulance people, the Cicero PD. So that's been communication that we've all been taking very importantly, and we're trying to spread the word. I've had conference calls with the other supervisors on a weekly basis so we can stay current on all the changing news that's happening. The Cicero employees have had numerous safety briefings. Even though the public is not here on a daily basis, the safety briefings need to be conducted to make sure all our workforce is conducting things properly and safely. We've had some of our employees working remotely. It doesn't work for every position, but in the positions that does, we've been trying to try those things. Also, we have a number of our employees work on shifts so we can have a maximum impact. We're encouraging residents to do necessary business with the town, either by the phone or email, and obviously regular US mail. So we're trying to keep the people informed and keep the business operating. There have been numerous contacts and calls with groups like the Little Leagues and the soccer leagues that are trying to make sure that everything is current with all the parks, because they're eager to get back to normal summer activities. So the parks people are doing a great job in trying to keep those organizations informed. The park staff is doing a great job working with the seniors to maintain the senior meals program over at the senior center. So we're having folks not do necessarily all their usual jobs, but they're being very flexible and trying to make sure that the critical services are being maintained. The canteen is working to reach out to the teens that normally use the canteen to make sure that they're continuing with their schoolwork and make sure they're safe and communicating with all the counselors there. The police department is coordinating with the Onondaga County Health Department and the Sheriff's Department. They've been very flexible because obviously the roles of not only the Cicero PD, but also the Sheriff's Department and all the agencies are definitely new territory for everybody. So everybody's being flexible to work together. We have regular communication with our safety officer. So to make sure all the changing rules are being complied with. As I said, we got the plexiglass up here at the different offices here at the building. So we're going to be ready for the opening. We had a local insurance agent and a distillery on Island Road make a donation for hand sanitizers for the police and fire and the folks here at Town Hall. So the local businesses have been very supportive in trying to work with us. So we really appreciate that. Local churches have reached out because their role has changed a little bit in that they're doing actually outreach with the community. So they've been coordinating their names, addresses, and phone numbers with the County Emergency Management Office to make sure that those services are available if they need them. On a local basis, the food banks and the blood banks need your help. In all different kinds of areas, whether it's research or just the regular meals. So if it's something you can work with any of the local pantries, please do so. And they would be greatly appreciated. Everybody can contribute to get us through this a little bit quicker. Do we have any other board comments?
Yes, Judy Gorky. I would just like to say that Ryan McMahon's daily updates is very informative, and that the town of Cicero residents have obviously stepped up to the plate and taken control of social distancing and gathering and paying attention, because our numbers are low, they've been low, and they are holding steady. So along with that and the cooperation that we have with our NAVAC and our Cicero police and all of the other folks in town that have stepped up, I am proud of everyone, and we will get through this, and it won't be long, and we'll all be back to some kind of normal. Thank you.
Further board comments?
I would just like to make
Topic.
a
Oh,
comment.
go ahead, sorry.
I would just
Nancy, you're next.
White, sorry. I would just like to make a comment about it being Earth Day. Normally there's a big get together, everyone goes out and tries to pick up. So I just want to encourage everyone on their walks with their dogs 15 times a day, because my dog won't go anymore, is to take a bag with you and pick up whatever you see. Especially it's been so windy, there's so much garbage out there now. Other than that, just, our people, our first responders are doing a great job. The calls that we are on every week are great. And thank you very much for all you're doing.
Further comments from the board? I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Judy
All in favor?
Gorky.
Aye.
Thank you. We're adjourned.
Hey, Bill,
Yes.
your gavel sounded extra crisp today. It sounded great.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome, you're welcome.